welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow, 18-hour special initiative that celebrates the undying entrepreneurial spirit of micro, small and medium enterprises. On the show tonight on Insight, we feature a conversation with Natural Spa and Salon. And on Bright Sparks tonight, we're featuring Theobroma and Drop Pressery. Dream big, even if it sounds unreasonable. Those are the words of wisdom of the founder of Natural Spa and Salon. I spoke with C.K. Kumarvel earlier about his advice for MSMEs in the grooming business and how a business like his differentiates itself in a market which is very crowded and has a high percentage of unbranded businesses. Take a look. Thank you very much for speaking with us here on the Leaders of Tomorrow. As always, let's start by talking about the launch really of Naturals.
The Naturals we started way back in 2000. Actually, it is my wife Veena's business then. And Veena's refusal to continue as a housewife is the beginning of the brand Naturals. Both our kids have started going to school and there was some time available with her. She said, I want to do something useful with my time. I don't want to be a housewife anymore and I want to do some business. And we looked at three opportunities. One was a preschool, another was a boutique and the third one was a salon. It is providential that we selected salon. We didn't do big market survey or market research. We did a back of the envelope pros and cons between the three options and we selected the salon.
Yours has been a rather interesting journey. You come from a business family that's been, in business, innovating for a while now. But what made you decide to go your own way, to start your own business, follow your own route in some sense, despite coming from this business family that was well known in a very different area?
At a point of time, life asks you two questions. The questions are, do you want to lead a comfortable life or do you want to lead an exciting life? If I had want to lead a comfortable life, I would have stayed with my brother and continued doing his business, where I am a very small portion of his large business, which is his idea and his dream. When we want to pursue our dream and our idea, yes, the life is challenging, but at the same time, it is also exciting. And we chose to be an exciting journey, and that's where we are here.
Let me ask you about what some of your biggest challenges then were initially and what your biggest learnings have been from that.
Well, learning for us was we thought salon business is a very simple business and we thought we have got everything right. We took the place in Kadar Nawaz Khan Road, we took the interiors decoration first time and then we got products L'Oreal, we got the equipments from Italy, person from Taj. If I have to put all this in paper, it is a perfect recipe for success. Unfortunately, it was not the case. And first year we made a business of 20 lakh and made a loss of 10 lakh. Second year we made a business of 30 lakh and made a loss of 5 lakh. And third year was 40 lakh and a loss of 2 lakhs. And everyone around us told that, no boss, this business is very complex. You are not suitable for business. Why not you join your brothers? Life is good for them. And that's how the whole journey started on one side. But we persisted, we told internally that, hey, the business is going up and the loss is coming down. We see the light at the end of the tunnel. We should be able to do profit in the fourth year at least. And that really happened. We started making money in the fourth year. After that, the fifth year happened. We started opening our second salon. And then we started making more money. And then life really opened up after that. So that was one thing which was in the beginning. And the second one, when we wanted to scale up after doing 2 salons, successful, 4 years into business, women entrepreneurship, we went and met the bankers for starting 3 more salons. And we said we want a loan of around 60 lakhs to start the next 3 salons. Every banker told no, no, no. They said beauty parlor means 3 lakhs should be the project cost. 2 lakh is what you are supposed to bring in. And 2 lakh is what the bank will fund and 1 lakh is what you are supposed to bring in. 20 lakh and 30 lakh or a beauty parlor will be unviable, it won't be profitable. That's what the bankers told time and again, because bankers have a preconceived notion of how the business should be, what should be the size and how it should be profitable or not. Actually, they don't know anything about the business, but they have some ideas and they work with that ideas, and that's very difficult to convince. And finally, we met one banker, Mr. Santanam of IOB, and he told that, I like the husband and wife doing the business together. That means you will be repaying my loan. take the loan, he said. And that was a big, relief.
The market for your service offering is, very crowded as we speak. It's very competitive. How does a brand like yours manage to compete effectively then in this market, especially given what I presume is a very price-sensitive market, because there are a lot of players who are at the bottom of the pyramid?
Yeah, this business is fairly, what have we done? We have not done anything fancy in this business. It's a large beauty salon business was a large unorganized opportunity. I always used to say that irritation is the biggest source of energy. If you are irritated about something, look them over very carefully, there lies an opportunity. We were irritated about a lack of a good quality, affordable salon those days. Those days, good quality salon was available only in 5-star hotels, which were intimidating and unaffordable. On the other end of the spectrum, we had the local beauty parlors and the barber shops whose hygiene standards, quality of the people are very poor, to say the least. We as a customer could not fit into both. We thought there is a need for a good quality, affordable salon. That is the idea we got. The next thing is how to put the idea into use. That is where we got this Taj person into this business. Large unorganized. What we realized was this was a large unorganized business becoming organized. What did we do? We gave uniform to the people. We air conditioned the place, used good quality product, gave a price card to this business, and kept the salon clean. That's all we have done. We have not done anything fancy. We have not introduced new haircut. We have not introduced new way of coloring. We have not done anything new way of facials. We have just organized the unorganized market, and that's made a huge difference. India being a large country, unorganized opportunity, getting organized is an awesome thing on the table. And luckily, that's why I'm saying that we are providential to have selected the salon business.
Is it possible to innovate in this market? What advice do you have for our viewers about innovating then?
Innovation is a continuous process. It is not that you innovate in the beginning and you stop, and there is something which is innovative types. You can innovate the way in which you serve a customer. Today, with the advent of the tablet and the smartphone, the way in which you connect with the customer can be innovative. The way in which we train our people is now innovative. The way in which we promote our product is innovative. So lot of innovative ideas. Digital medium and social medium has come to the age now. Innovation is happening on the go. You don't even have to think. You come here, suddenly a new opportunity coming, and we are now giving them a VR camera and VR headset, where customers are able to see 360 degree of our salon or a service will be able to look at before they are taking bridal. In that space is becoming very VR centric. We have done lot of things. It is very important that we keep it simple.
What is your message to entrepreneurs in today's VUCA world, essentially volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous?
I think we are in a we are in the best of times and we are in the worst of times. Best of times because the market is opening up like nobody's business. There cannot be a better opportune time, and to be in India from all the places, the entire world is looking at us. We are a young population, growing population, large unorganized market. It is a chaotic opportunity. A person from elsewhere, from Europe or an American, for them to understand what is the nuances of India itself is very difficult. For us, the Indians itself, India, I would call this is a 20-country opportunity. Though we are one country on paper, it's the dialects are different, the language is different, the choices are different, the way in which the business is conducted is very different, the local challenges are very different. So when we want to do that scaling up all India basis, go state by state. That will be my first this thing. Before one step going back, I will say first identify, don't start a business to make money. Start a business to solve a problem. What is the problem you are solving? Bigger the problem, bigger the enterprise. So I would say that is my first advice. Look for a big problem, and that should be your starting point, and then find a solution to the problem. In the process, you would have become a big entrepreneur. The second point is India is a huge opportunity. It's a 20-country opportunity. Don't try to eat the elephant in one go. Eat the elephant bit by bit and piece by piece.
So if there's one message for our viewers that you'd like to leave them with, what would it be?
Think big, dream big, and live big. India is the best opportunity, and we are in the 21st century, is an Indian century. Let us all work together, and in each and every one of that area we are working, let us make it the best in the world, and that's how we can create a beautiful India.
Time for a break. When we come back, we'll feature tonight on Bright Sparks, Theobroma and Drop Brasserie. Welcome back. You're with us here on The Leaders of Tomorrow. And tonight on Bright Sparks, we're featuring two companies, both from the food space, Theobroma and Drop Brasserie. In Greek, Theobroma translates to food of the gods. If its cult-like following is any indication, the Mumbai-based bakery brand seems to definitely have lived up to its name. Pooja Jain met with the management team on site to get a flavor of this culinary enterprise. Take a look.
When Mumbai-based bakery Theobroma opened its doors in 2004 with a small cafe in Colaba Causeway, perhaps nobody could have anticipated it become the city's go-to destination for delectable desserts. Owned and managed by a Parsi family, driven by pure passion, we met with Theobroma's management team to understand the business mantras and best practices that have come to serve as icing on the cake. So for over a decade, Theobroma has been serving ordinary humans the food of the gods. Walk us down memory lane and take us through your journey to date.
You know, since its inception in 2004, when we opened our doors to the public at the flagship outlet Colaba, the genesis has been to provide a quality product, a patisserie experience to a larger section of the public at honest pricing. And we have done exactly that. We've lived up to that promise. We were very, very cautious because it was the first initiative in retail. So the Messman family had not explored the retail side of things. They had a lot of learnings to go through. So it was only in 2009, that is after 5 years of the first outlet, did they think that they could manage to have another outlet. There was obviously a need for professionalization of management, and after I came on board as the CEO and co-owner, we started building a management team which was the second layer for supporting the kind of growth that we wanted to achieve.
So your patrons range from the poor to the privileged. You certainly seem to be satisfying the city's sweet tooth. But why and how has Theobroma managed to stay relevant in the heart, mind and the belly of the consumer?
If we were to critically examine how we go about doing our business, it's actually first the passion which drives the product, and the pricing comes later. What we try to do is try to assess, obviously apart from the competitive landscape, we try to assess whether we ourselves would genuinely pay this kind of money for the product that we are offering. And if we can answer that question very truthfully, then we would go ahead and offer this product to our guests.
Bombay is Bollywood capital, on top of which Bombay is home to the media fraternity. So what attempts have you made to cater to the health-conscious customer?
You know, Theobroma is known for its cakes, pastries, brownies and indulgent products. However, we also have a range of products which cater to the health-conscious consumer. Like for example, we have our soups and salads, we have our gluten-free breads, we have our sugar-free chocolates, we have our sugar-free range of tea cakes, which actually cater to the demand of the health-conscious consumer. Even our breads, you know, when we do say we have whole wheat bread, it is actually whole wheat bread and it's not just caramelized flour.
Well, with 12 outlets in Bombay, you've certainly made your presence felt across the city. But which metro is next, and how do you think about expansion plans going forward?
We do a lot of deliveries outside of Bombay. We do cater to our patrons in Delhi, Calcutta, Chennai, Raipur, Jaipur, you name it, and there are people who've asked for our brownies and tea cakes, all the products that could be couriered. Even there are patrons who come from abroad and actually buy our brownies and tea cakes and carry them home. We've had demands to open outlets in Kuwait, Iraq, Dubai, and you name it, apart from the franchisee requests that we get all over India. And when we did our analysis on the expansion front, what we realized is that a large portion of the demand was coming from Delhi. Hopefully other cities will follow in quick succession once we see and we get confidence that this model and our way of doing business is scalable and replicable.
Many pastry chefs across the country are now offering innovative twists to classic desserts. Do you encourage experimentation here, or would you describe Theobroma as more of a traditionalist?
So if you look at Kainaz's thought process and the way she handles her recipes and what she puts out for our guests is actually a labor of love. As far as recipes and tastes go, yes, we continue to remain traditional, but if our guests require innovation, if our guests require bespoke creative menus, we are happy to provide them.
And as an entrepreneur, do you find it to be a challenge to strike a balance between this labor of love, as you call it, and the business of baking?
Yes, we do constantly have the challenge of creating that balance. The family really ensures that when they are pricing a product, they ask themselves an honest question: what would you pay for this product, apart from what competition is charging? Okay, so that is one facet. Competition's pricing is one facet. You cannot offer something which is going to not be commercially viable. At the same time, we want to make sure that we are expanding and rotating and innovating our offerings. Even though we scale multiple levels of growth, we should not forget what we stand for.
Well, Theobroma stands for food of the gods, so I think that says it all. They expect to be wowed in each and every manner, whether it's the service, whether it's your food, whether it's the interiors and an experience. And as the brand stands for honesty in all aspects, we ensure we deliver it via the product, our service and our pricing as well.
With its patronage as its proof point, Theobroma is well poised for rapid expansion. With its sights set on Delhi next, Theobroma will soon be satisfying the capital city's culinary cravings, one bite at a time.
If you ask a fitness fanatic to have a glass of juice, they are most likely to opt for making the juice themselves rather than going for the sugary options which are available in the market today. One company that's making getting fit and staying fit easier is Raw Pressery with their line of cold pressed juices. Shubhangi Sinha caught up with the founder to bring you tips on surviving a competitive market. Take a look.
A bottle of rich, rejuvenating juice straight from farm-fresh fruits and vegetables is every fitness enthusiast's idea of liquid indulgence. Deciding to organize the fresh juice market in India, investment banker turned entrepreneur Anuj Rakhian started Mumbai-based Raw Pressery in 2014. Using cold press technology, where produce is subjected to light pressure with no exposure to heat or air, thereby lengthening the freshness of juice up to 3 weeks, Raw Pressery is able to deliver to its consumers fresh, nutrient-rich juices each time.
Anuj, I understand that you stumbled upon this idea through a mixer mishap of sorts when you were first trying to enter the space of cold pressed juices. What was the inspiration really, and what was the gap that you were looking to bridge in the market at the time when you first started out?
I think the first time that I made juice at home in a cold press machine, the carrots exploded and all the carrot juice was on the ceiling instead of inside a glass. So it's been a long journey. I grew up as an athlete, very avid, and disciplined about fitness and health and nutrition. And so I think along the way in my personal journey, it's just been a very big area of passion and interest. So that's something that, when I looked upon it, I said that the unorganized market is almost 3 to 4 times bigger than the organized market. And in the organized market, you get juices with maybe not the 100% content of fruit is probably the smallest market, and the largest market is in the 20 to 30% fruit content. And so it's not really juice, it's not really fresh juice.
Now there are a few companies which are entering the space of cold pressed juices gradually. But being a player in the beverages space, essentially, you do face competition from other companies which are into packaged juices as well. how are you then able to manage this competition and really stand out, and what is the one thing that really sets you apart from your competition?
I think the first thing is really talking about the different technologies that we use. We don't pasteurize, which is a thermal process which takes away all the nutritive qualities of the fruit, so it degrades its integrity in that sense, changes the taste, and then in order to actually mask that, a lot of the companies will add sugar, which in different names can be called different things if not just sugar, and then they have to add water because they're using a concentrate, whereas with us 100% of the product is made from 100% of farm produce. And in terms of the other cold pressed juices that are now entering the market, I think that's a great thing, because probably over the next 5 to 7 years, I think the cold pressed juice will become the standard norm of what it means to be a juice.
So in this case, I understand the technology must definitely be a cornerstone to how your end product really comes out. How important has technology really been in your journey with cold pressed juices and innovation in this space?
The margins in the business are healthy enough for someone to actually start this business. But the overall objective here is the purpose behind your business. And if that purpose is defined by providing consumers a much more superior product to what is available, filling up the gap in the market or disrupting the way that people eat and drink today, then you have to go be very focused on the fact that if this is a scalable market, which is going to become the norm of the juice industry in the future, then technology is the backbone of all innovation. And keeping that in mind, we have pioneered the use of this pressurization technology, the use of cold pressing juices.
Another interesting fact that is related to raw is the process of raw cycle. If you could please talk to me about that and what really is the process of converting these plastic bottles into something much more useful.
Though we use plastic which is completely toxic free for a food product, they're BPA free plastic, it doesn't leach into the juice. At the end of the day, there is a lot of land which is being used today to dump plastic, and we wanted to stay away from creating those kind of landfills. All the plastic that really is consumed in our bottles, we follow a process called raw cycle, in which we bring the bottles back. We have a third-party partner which takes this plastic, uses it to make t-shirts.
On a closing note, what is the one piece of advice that you would want to offer to entrepreneurs who are trying to enter the space of cold pressed juices?
Have imagination. I think the market is big enough for newer ideas. We don't need to all replicate each other, for lack of a better term. I think that there is a lot of, if you're passionate about what you do and you really, really mean what you say when you say you want to make a juice which is good for consumers, then I think have the imagination and the passion to never take a shortcut. Use technology the way that you deem fit, but ensure that your product fulfills all the commitments and the promises that you're making to your customers.
Raw Pressery is slated to introduce their cold pressed juices in Dubai and Abu Dhabi by next month. With the pressery that can produce almost 5,000 litres of fresh juice every day, Raw is set to redefine the art of juicing.
With that, completely out of time, then on this episode of The Leaders of Tomorrow, we'd love to hear your feedback. If you feel like writing into us with any suggestions, do write in at leadersoftomorrow@timesgroup.com. You can reach us on social media using the hashtag LOT. You can tweet at me personally at Sunanda_J or call us on that number you see flashing on your screen. We promise to have all your questions answered. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.